Yo guys, what's going on? Lucky Cheese 7 is back again to give you guys Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest chapter 162 live stream discussion slash review. And first of all, if y'all haven't checked out the podcast I did with Blue Star Saber regarding the Gold Owl arc, y'all will know that I said that starting with this next upcoming chapter, I will be regularly doing, live stream discussions on the manga again. Because it's been a long time since I've actually talked about the manga. If I remember correctly, the last chapter I reacted to Under Your Quest, I want to say was, oh my god, like it was so early on too, like during the Wood Dragon God arc, and that was like really great stuff. What was the arc called? Not the arc, the moment. I want to say when Ferris like wrapped her arms around Natsu at the time. Yeah, no. That's where I was. I stopped right around that point, and then it was not just with Under Your Quest, but like in general. There was a point where I just I disappeared for like a good year and a half of discussing things. Not because I didn't want to, but because like I had so much stuff going on at that point in my life. And plus, with where we are now, I mean, shit's been crazy. Okay, let me just say that right now. Shit's been crazy so far. And we're about to be 2 minutes in. Might as well just dive right into it, right? Let's dive right into 162. So we are here, got a cover page of Racer racing off against Dre. Troy, I said Dre. Troy, not Dre. Let's see here. We got. I should be saying Jet. That's how forgettable he is. But 162 titled Reunion, ... and question mark. Now, why is that? Well, we're going to find out here real soon. So let's go into it. Last chapter, we ended this off with Natsu, like, punching Ignia, like, straight in the forehead, right? Like, fire dragon fist and everything. And what happens? What exactly happens from that point forward? Well, you got the Signarius' reaction. You get the other two reactions. And Natsu just asks, "You really Ignia's kid? He loved humans." And Ignia just laughs it off, like, and just pushes Natsu back. And dude, like, Ignia, like, this man got no chill. Let me just say that right now. Ignia got no chills whatsoever, okay? Because he's like, my dad is my dad, and I'm me. Basically, he's just saying, my dad was who he was meant to be, and I'm meant to be who I believe to be. So get out of here with that nonsense. That's essentially what he's telling Natsu. He's like, don't lump me in with my dad. And Natsu's super confused of what's going on. He's like, what are these flames? And Ignia says, all of the humans here are prepared to go to the dragon world. And he's like, the dragon world? I told you, remember? And yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is one like sick, really sick ass page that we get here of like dragons like super shadowed out in the background. Okay, and you get Ignia just like stretching his arms out, all sinisterly saying, "The True Dragon King Festival is a festival of humans and dragons." Of course, like I said, Natsu having a bit of experience with the Dragon King Festival already, considering Acnologia, but this rendition of the Dragon King Festival is quite different. Quite different, if I do say so myself. But This is what happens. A beam like just shoots down into the palace. Ignia and Natsu are both like Nani? Like what? Like what's going on? And this mysterious figure, shadowed out, goes like a festival of humans and dragons. No, that's not quite right. And right when we were getting into the nitty gritty, I was like, oh, dude, like this is so good. I like what I'm seeing. We immediately cut over. As soon as we cut over, I was like, damn, I'm like, we were right there. Come on, hero, don't do this to us now. Also, give a shout out to Oweda because Oweda's like killing it. He's been killing it so far within 100-year quest from beginning to like especially now. You compare like early 100-year quest artwork to how we are now, which even back then, 100-year quest artwork's been really really good. But you look at how the art is right now, crisp, super super crisp. The true Dragon King Festival. That's what Urza asks. And Weddy says, yes, once that starts, I won't be able to settle things with you. And then he got misfortune. It's actually kind of funny when you think about what happens later on. But he goes like, Weddy, don't tell her too much. And luckily, it's not too much a diversion from where we were at with Ignia and Natsu because they witnessed the black beam like shooting down like onto the palace, and that catches Urza's attention. Weddy's attention. Misfortune is like sweating. He's like, what the? It's like it started. No, this is something else. The fire god's castle's that way. What? That's what Weddy says. And then Misfortune says, well, we gotta go back, Weddy. To which Greg catches up, Lucy and Wendy catches up. Which, by the way, they got their clothes back. Thank God. But like Carla's there. Carla and Happy. Urza, you okay? And Urza's like, guys, are they Fire and Flame members? That's Wendy and Carla that say that. And Happy looks over at Misfortune. And I'm not gonna lie, this part was actually kind of adorable. Let me just say that right now. This part over here was actually pretty adorable. Not gonna lie. For a few reasons why. Let me just say that right now. There's a few reasons why this part was kind of adorable. Because think about it like this. Misfortune and Happy, they're, when you think about the two names, they're like polar opposites of one another. And what we get over here, Happy just looks over at Misfortune. And he gets super excited. A fire cat. So cute. I'm happy. Want a fish? And you look at how Carla's reacting. Carla's like, huh, excuse me, I'm right here. Actually, makes me wonder, is Wendy supposed to be a girl? I mean, based on design. Yeah, I guess you can say Misfortune. Well, now that I think about it, Misfortune. Misfortune? Would make sense for it to be a girl. But, and I guess that would make sense with Happy's reaction, too. And with Carla reacting that way, too. Happy? And this guy over here, like bringing the fish. That sounds kind of cute. Well, what's your name? Carla getting agitated as hell. They're getting chummy. Carla, I've been saying this since day one. Get a move on Happy right now, okay? Like you dodged a big bullet with Toka. Now we have Misfortune here. And if I were you, Carla, make the move while you still can, because who knows what's gonna happen? Like, who freaking knows? And when he looks over, he's just like, let's go, Misfortune. Misfortune? And it's funny, because even Lucy points this out too. Like, that's the opposite of happy. Maybe this is fate. Happy. Maybe it is, Miss Fortuney. So, I suppose we must return. Let us meet again if fate allows. Urza. I don't know if that's the kind of voice Whitey's gonna have, but I honestly speaking, when we do get to this part in the anime, it's gonna be a long time before that hits. But I hope Whitey has that kind of voice. He's like, "Let us meet again if fate allows." Urza. I mean, it'd be a little cheesy, yeah, but at the same time, has a bit of like umph to it when you think about it. Good amount of umps. More ways than one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, guys. I was just checking up on something, so be super, super quick on this. I mean, I'm still here, so it's not like I'm not talking to you. Checking on the notifications in case something pops up. But Urza takes this as a sign, and Gray points out, "Let's follow the light. Let's follow. The light's coming from the Fire God's castle." And Lucy kind of points out, like, "Wait, but isn't that light black? Like black magic?" To which we finally cut back to the palace. Okay? We cut back to the palace, got Natsu's reaction, Ignia's reaction, the other Fire and Flame members' reaction too. And Ignia's like, "Who are you?" There was a battle in Ishgal a year ago, known as the Dragon King Festival, between humans, Acnologia, and the Black Wizard. Fire God, you're missing something for the Dragon King Festival. You'll need a Black Wizard. And the way you see chills going down Natsu, okay, like sweat's going down Natsu's face, Ignia's kind of in shock, which is a rare case. Let me just say that right now. It's a rare case to see Ignia in like absolute shock. And this is who we get. I'm the Black Wizard, Ferris. I'll join this battle. And getting to this part, I'm not gonna lie to you. I had to think about this. Like, because Ferris, had her, like character arc conclusion in Ellentear with the Moon Dragon, right? Because I was like, well, how is she over here? And then I realized something. Wait, that is Daedalus Ellentear Ferris. This is a totally different Ferris. This is the Ferris that's in Earthland. Black Wizard, no less, too. It's an interesting direction. I'm not gonna lie. I'll join this battle. And even Natsu kind of points this out too, like, wait, Ferris? Like, what? And this is when Ignia starts sweating. Now you know, and here's the thing. You know if Ignia starts to sweat, some shit's about to go down. You know it's no laughing matter if Ignia sweats. She feels like Acnologia. And that's the ending of this chapter. Which is nuts, to say the least. It is nuts to see this being not only just the ending of this chapter, but let's look at the wiki real quick, okay? I'm gonna go to the fairy tale wiki just for like a quick second. Because this should be noted. Let's look at the wiki just real quickly. If this thing wants to load. Oh, come on. Let's go. Okay. So, looking at the track record here for volumes. Volume 17 ends off on chapter 153, right? 16 ends off on 144. and then 15 ends up on 135. Now, given that track record, right? 135, 144, 153 for like the last few volumes. Now we cut over to here. Okay, this is chapter 162. So keeping that in mind, this is the cliffhanger for volume 18. And I will say this, as a cliffhanger for the volume, I mean, dog, that is insane. It makes you wonder a few things too. Like the fact that we're ending it off on this note with Ignia saying she feels like Acnologia. And there are two ways you could look at this. Well, actually, there's more, not two ways. Let me scratch that. There's one way you can look at this. So she's someone related to Acnologia in some degree. Now, who? There are two possibilities here. Maybe could be Acnologia's lover. That's entirely possible. Or his sister. Now, why would I say his sister? Because if we go back, and I'm gonna have to more so use the anime here as reference, because fortunately, Hiro never really dived into. Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, Hiro never really dived into Acnologia's backstory in the manga. As far as I can remember, he didn't. But I know the anime for sure. They included like that little bit of Agnologia's backstory. So given that, we know based on what happens in the anime that you know Agnologia's like hometown was like burned down, right? Family was killed and everything. Who's to say amongst those people was a sister? I don't think that's that much of a stretch. I really don't. In some way, shape, or form, Earthland Affairs, because that's who this is. This is not the same Affairs we've been following since the beginning of the series. Has a connection to Agnologia. Like I said, there are two possibilities here. Either she is like a long time like lover of Agnologia that we're just now learning about, or a sister. One of the two. Now, what that is, see, and that's when you know you have a good chapter. Is a cliffhanger like this just gets you like thinking, like gets the like gets the gears turning in your head. Like, wait, so where exactly are we going to go with this? And that's the fascinating thing, especially considering that once again this is the cliffhanger for Volume 18, and considering that the fact that this chapter came out the same day as Eden Zero's last chapter, that's Hero's a madman. Let me just say that right now. Hero is an absolute madman. Dropping these two chapters off, on the same day. And I'm still saying what I said in the Eden Zero final chapter live stream discussion. What we read in Eden Zero, it was a good chapter, but you could tell there was some stuff missing from there. And 110%, we're going to get that stuff in the final volume edition of Eden Zero. The stuff we're missing, that'll be sprinkled back into the volume version. Now, what that's going to be, I'm going to be super curious about. But as far as this chapter of 100 Year Quest go, like, what are my overall thoughts on it? I mean, look, I was kind of sort of complaining about us just switching perspectives. But at the same time, you got something amusing out of it with, like, Happy and Misfortune. And how that kind of spawned a bit of jealousy with Carla. That's fun, for sure. Could I have done away without it? Yeah, more or less. That is like the only weak link of this. As far as the chapter goes, that's the only part where I'm like, okay, like maybe if we had just dedicated like a page or two to it, I would have been fine with it. But like, how many pages was this? Let me look at it. One, two, three. Yeah, four. Four, five. Yeah, okay, at least like 5 pages. I think you could have easily, like, if you shrunk down the happy stuff, then you could have had a few more pages dedicated to like this whole thing with Ferris. But again, considering that this is stuff that's been going on within Volume 18 as a whole, I think it does make sense that we do kind of use this as like a wrap up point for that stuff, and that we kick off this next volume with, Natsu, Ignia, and Ferris being pictured. Like, where this goes truly is fascinating. It is really, really fascinating. Because Hero did state that this current arc, the Fire Dragon God arc, was going to be a serious arc. And remember, the last time we've had a serious arc in Fairy Tail goes all the way back to Tartarus. You know how long ago that was? 10 years ago. Which is, that is crazy, man. When I say that, out loud, yeah, it's been 10 years since we've had that. Wow. Okay. Rating for the chapter as a whole, amazing. It's an amazing chapter fair to 100 Quest. And what we get moving forward, we'll have to wait and see. Now, fortunately for us, we are going to get a one shot for Fairy Tale next week, drawn by Hiro Mashima himself, and it's going to be a post Fairy Tale story, but pre 100 Quest story. Like from what we're told, this one shot's supposed to take place like immediately like after the ending of Fairy Tale, but before the start of the quest. So I'm kind of honestly curious what that one shot's going to be about, but that'll be something to kind of keep our our patience in for the next upcoming chapter. And plus, think about this: not only is it going to be around the same time span as the 100 Quest anime comes out, it'll also be the same week we get Dead Rock. And if you know Dead Rock has been firing on all cylinders. So this is going to be interesting. Super, super interesting to see with what goes down in this current arc. But like I said before, overall rating on the chapter, amazing. And I can't wait to see what we get next with Fairy Tail 100's Quest. So let me know what you guys thought about the chapter. Do you have any gripes with the chapter? What was your favorite part about the chapter? Who do you guys think Earthland Ferris is? The fact that Ignia said, yo, she kind of reminds me of Agnologia, is enough to leave our gears like turning in our heads, thinking, And aside from that, that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm Lucky7. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more Fairy Tail content. Number one, Dead Rock content, obviously. And I know Eden Zero technically just wrapped up, but we're not going to be ending Eden Zero streams, not by a long shot. There will be more streams coming on that. And aside from that, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm Lucky7, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.